When I started this Gunners Collective, back at it, you already know. This is the double up. I said the double. Come bitch, choose me. Buy up. Like a torta with a snack habit. You already know what it is, man. That's the extended remix. As you can tell by that thumbnail right there, I'm going to tell you about the rumble in the jungle. The jungles being, of course, Modesto, right? Motown, stand up 209. Now, I know there's those in Modesto that don't like me, and that's just fine and dandy. Hey, I've never been liked anywhere I go, but I still go. And that's a fact, right? Now, I'm quick to pull out the Mac and you're quick to pull out the knack, right? So knack with it while I act with it. Trip out. Here's knowledge you can't get in college. We're going to get back to some of the old school Gunners Collective stuff. You know I like to talk about what's trending and what's going on with the American Cholos and the 55th Street, Crip Max, and of course, Whack Bubble Butt 100 and the Brick B-Rock Brick Baby or whatever. You know, I don't know what hoodie's from tomorrow or today. A lot of different people that we could talk about and speak on, but at the end of the day, who cares? Really, at the end of the day, we are here to hear stories, right? My stories, I'm going to tell them, take them for what you want. They're all actual and factual. This is real life. This really happened. Let's get back to some of the original Menudo style Gunners Collective content. Bang, bang, sass. And in that fashion, right? Modesto, located in the Central Valley, the 209 area. Always had a close relationship with Merced. I always had homeboys from my barrio that had very good, close affiliations with the homeboys out of Four Corners, the west side of Modesto. So we used to go to Modesto a lot. Now, me having family in the Turlock area, the Modesto area, Patterson, Tracy, Manteca, all throughout the Central Valley, you know, I've always wiggled in Modesto. Quietly as it's kept, what you don't know, and I'm going to tell you, I was actually born in Modesto, California. Scenic Hospital. It's no longer around, but that's where I dwell. That's where I came out going, wow, 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 right? Doing my thing. Okay, my dad is from deep south side Modesto, a very notorious and well-known area in Modesto off Crow's Landing. That area, you already know what it is. Ain't nothing scarier. My dad's from the deep. Brother being from the west side of Modesto, dad being from the deep. Having a lot of family in Modesto. I used to go there frequently as a kid. You know, then I stopped going there for a minute because I was sitting down in the California Youth Authority. But during that time, in the meantime, in between time, I met a lot of good homeboys. Shout out to the homeboy Listo from Airport. Hey, Isa Modesto Airport, I met homeboys from the west side of Modesto, homeboys from the south side, homeboys from the north side. Shout out to the homeboy Baby G and real ones, right? Now, at the end of the day, I always felt that close relationship with Modesto, Turlock, Merced, everyone. You know, being from the 209, I remember when the 209 stretched all the way from Stockton to Tulare County, and then it stopped, right? It stopped because zoning restrictions or things of that nature, boop, boop, de boop, bop, bop, bop. All of a sudden, it became just from Stockton to Madera, I think even before Madera. That was it. That's all we had. That was the 209. And Modesto's located dead center right in the middle. Bam, they're always going to be the 209. You got to give them that respect. They claim the Deuce Onita quite effectively, y'all. Now, when I got out of YA, my hood, we started going to a lot of clubs. Clubbing was the thing to do at that time. Everybody was doing it. You know, that motherfucking night before Thanksgiving that it pops off in the Central Valley. I don't know if it pops off in your city like that, but that was probably the biggest club night. The club night in the hood, right, or in the Valle was the night before Thanksgiving. Everybody used to go everywhere. Now, being from Merced, we didn't have a lot of clubs. The only clubs we had popping back in the days was Mulligan's, and then, of course, Maloney started popping, and we had the Hacienda 1 and 2, and then just a few other little riffraff spots where we would go to frequently, right? But that wasn't enough for us. See, we done ran through every damn torta in that club. We needed more. So the only thing we could do was either go left or right. Of course, if we busted that left, we're in Fresno. And we're probably going to get bitten in the nalgas by a bulldog, right? So we wouldn't go there as much. But we did go there, Rest, best believe that. But of course, that was quite infrequently. So where we went was either to the Yay area. We used to go to City Lights up there, or we'd go to Modesto. At that time, there was a couple clubs popping real tremendously. And one of them was Fat Cats. It had a boxing ring. It was popping in Modesto. We used to go there. You get your little boxilization on, your little drinking on, your little mamonalization on. The game was real, right? Or the club that everybody in the Valle went to that got to be well-known right off 10th Street, The Palladium. Now, the Palladium is historic in Modesto. A lot has went down in the Palladium. You had 2 short concerts, E40 concerts, Spice One, all the local rappers from Modesto and the Central Valle, all the rappers from the gay area, everybody who was anybody performed at the Palladium. The Palladium was not only your concert spot to go to that was really hood orientated. I think they filmed a Filthy Rich video, you know what I mean, right there. There's just so much that goes on at the Palladium. But there's also a lot of pleito that goes. Because that being the hot spot in the Central Valle to go to, that clubbing on Friday, Saturday nights popping, you have to understand that everybody went there. That means you had all elements. You had some Africano brothers, of course, a lot of Mexicanos and Chicanos. Norteños were, of course, the dominant group, but you did have Southsiders that likes to wiggle in and do their thing in an upstate fashion. So you never knew what kind of night it could be. You can go for 4 weekends in a row and it's popping. You have a good time. You knock hell out of bitches, right? The game is immaculate. And then that one time, homes, you come back with a flat top looking like Gallo from Street Fighter. Oh, you can, right? It could get bad. It could get bad fast. So I remember on a couple of particular occasions, the first occasion we all pull up, and I'm not going to lie, everybody was off that Thiz, if you know what it is, right? The Thiz was popping back then. Everybody was taking drops of whatever, little tabs of whatever they could be, and people's eyes were doing this. They were fluttering, motherfuckers was licking walls. So I remember that this was the thing cracking, and we got to the parking lot of the Palladium when the homeboys just started they was getting their motherfucking digitalization on, right? So we're parking lot pimping. We're out there sideshowing, doing our thing in the parking lot of the Palladium. Of course, security is out there pressing us. Now, the Palladium, what was good about this club, this particular night, right, every particular night was it had different floors. So you could be on the hip-hop where they played all the hip-hop music, and then you go in another spot where they were playing banda. You know what I mean? It was all in one place, and then had a little smoking area. They used to sell tacos and shit. It was just the bomb spot to go. You got everything that you needed in one, and there was a gaggle of bitches in there, right? There were so many women. Every chick from the Central Valle was in there trying to show her tetas off. Every woman from the Central Valle was in there trying to get their BBLization on. They were trying to get their BBL on, and every guy in there was trying to tap that. They was trying to pop them a balloon or two, right? And I was one of them, right in the middle. So I was getting 10 hot, let's go. 11 strong. Real life, I don't care what she says, she's lying, right? We were going to do our thing. So trip out. This night we're parking lot pimping. Like I said, a lot of the homeboys was off the Thiz, if you know what it is. And we didn't quite make it in there. So we're like, it was a Friday night. We're like, we're going to go back tomorrow when we're clean and sober because I was good. The soberization ain't real right now. Bang, bang. So I remember us going down 99-6 Carlos deep. We end up at one of the homegirls' house, turn it out. Next thing you know, it's inside out and outside in like a fuck pussy, right? And we're doing our partyization on. We're getting ours on. There were so many tortas that got ran through that night. I can't call it like an alcoholic. It was hella fun. I said that 3 times fast. I said, hella fun, right? It's like the boogeyman. You know, look in the mirror, Bloody Mary. So we're doing our thing, Beetlejuice. And we decided to go back the next day. Now, this was going to be the day that was going to change the course of the Palladium. They implemented a lot of security after this one. This was going to be the one going down tonight. Tonight it goes down. Because what was going to happen was going to be one of the biggest rumbles in Palladium history. Now, they've had probably more since then and prior to. But this was one I was involved in, so I'm going to call it the biggest one I was ever in. I know shit changed after this. So we get to the parking lot, man. We're like 4 carloads deep, gang and norteños. Adamer said, Dead End, M Street, just a gang of homeboys. We all got together and felt that for no other reason, we were going to do the takeover. Now, we have a lot of respect for the city of Modesto. That's a fact. And norteños out of the city of Modesto run differently. They wiggle. They hold it down for their city. There's no doubt about it. I never have any disrespect from my heart in the city of Modesto because it's not the way it is. I know they're about their shit, right? They're about their business. And they move differently. But like I said, there's always been that kinship or friendship between Modesto and Merced. So we never tripped off the vatos. Even though sometimes they hear, where you about to from, man? 209, Orale. And it was all good. So you're at our fucking spot. Yeah, hell yeah, let's get it. So we pull up and we meet up with some homeboys, Turlocos, right? Barrio Turloc Norte. We're all kicking back. Now, what we're not tripping on, right? It's whatever. We didn't go there for pleito, but you already know how homeboys are. Let's keep it real. From anywhere, LA, San Diego, Salas, Frisco. You're never going there for pleito or problems. You're trying to knock you a torta or two. But at the same damn time, you're kind of hoping there's some problems, some conflict. Because you're so deep, you're trying to push and flex, right? It is what it is. You know, a perfect night would be get him on one in the bathroom, eat 2 tacos, smoke a bomb frau, and then sock someone in the chin. The winner was, right? So we get there and we're in the hip hop area and it's cracking, right? It's cracking. There's a gaggle of chicks, man. So many bad ones. Homeboys are knocking them down left and right. We're trying to get their numbers, hook it up, because we're always going to take it from there to an after party, an after spot. If you didn't have an after spot ready, if you didn't have a, you know what I mean, a late night kit ready, if you didn't have 3 cases from Fuferless of beer in your trunk already marinating on ice, then you don't know how to party in the Central area, right? We're already prepared, homies. We got a whole fucking keg of beer in our shit. We're ready to get it. We're going to take all these chicks, go back to the spot, bone every one of them, and say la vie. That's what it was. So we're partying, right? Well, in the banda spot where they had the Mexican music playing, there's a couple homeboys that are into that. So they took their chicks over there. We're going to go over here, homie. We're going to wiggle, don't trip. You know, we got this. We got this covered like a state blanket. Itchy better warm. So they mob over there. Guard! They mobbed. Better keep an eye on them, right? There might be some fishing going on. So they're over there doing their thing. And all of a sudden, we see security running over there. So we're tripping like, we're looking at the homeboys. We're all hitting sign language. Right? And a couple of homeboys go over there. They're getting into it, right? A lot of homeboys get kicked out. While a homeboy hits the cell phone, he's like, hey, bro, there's a gang of Southsiders over there, fool. Hey, as soon as the homeboys went over there, they were on them, right? But these aren't your average Southsiders. They're looking around and shit all scared. These are real ones, right? These are the motherfuckers that are real. I think they're from LA, right? All right, so we went over there like 30 deep. Facts, right? Let me tell you something, gente. As God is my witness, palabra, right? These vatos were not playing. We walked over, there's a vato with his shirt off. It's a big old soul. Soul, that's it, right? Oh, hell no, right? North and south, engage, lock, right? Boom! It was like an atomic bomb went off. Hey, the vatos, vivo de todo, fuck animales, right? Fools were getting off. They had a little band playing. Hey, fools were fighting. Glasses were breaking. They were falling and yelling and pushing and cussing. I stepped back, tiger, and I kept busting, right? And I remember my baby's mom was there. She had went with me. It was my 1, 2, 3, 4, second baby mama, right? She had went with me, and I remember she got pushed to the side. Now, she's pregnant at the time. Shouldn't be at the club pregnant. She wasn't showing yet, right? That was a whole nother time, but she was still pregnant, right? So she had just went to go out to have fun, even though I knew it wasn't her best interest, and that mean I wasn't going to huff and puff and blow no one's door down, but she was there, right? So I remember we got, you know, the fighting's going on everywhere. Motherfuckers are engaging, like, get over here, Scorpion. And I swear to God, Scorpion and Sub-Zero were getting on in the corner. And people are getting their rating on, and everyone's fighting. I mean, it was a vicious one. Filetos got pulled. A couple guys went to the hospital. A couple homeboys, a couple Southside. It was wicked. It spilled all the way from one dance floor to the next dance floor. Motherfuckers was fighting everywhere. There was a lot of them trying to smoke a framo and got hit. You know what I mean? It was bad. All the way to the calles. The motherfucking security was like, oh, hell no, I ain't fucking with no norteños or sureños. I'm going over here to kick it with the grifas, right? It was going down. And I was looking for my baby's mom. Oh, shit, where's she at, right? She's pregnant. No, right? And she was in the corner with some other homegirls blocking her because they knew she was pregnant. And she was like, get me out of here. And I remember grabbing her. And I was like, go with your homegirls. I got to engage, right? You know, I'm getting hit as I'm doing it. Hey, I'm going to tell you right now. These vatos, I don't know where you were from. If you guys watch this, orale, it was 1998. I said, respect. These vatos were about their shit. There was a lot of Southside. I mean, it was packed. There was vatos taking their Cowboys hat off and their belt buckle. And I swear to God, when he took his belt buckle off, he had sword on his belt. I was like, God, undercover like a motherfucker, right? Everyone was getting it. It ended up spilling off into the parking lot. Hey, shots did end up getting fired. And of course, people wiggled, right? That was the rumble of the Palladium. That was a big one. And I remember thinking to myself, damn, bro. I had never up until that point seen that. And I seen one-on-one fights, two-on-twos. You know, you see the regular shit which you see at clubs. Fools get into it. Hey, you step with my baby mama? Hell yeah. You know what I mean? I'm with your other baby mama too. All that. But you never seen nothing like this. This was real engagement of North and South. Now, I think to myself as I'm older and I reflect back, it was fun. I'm not going to lie. But really, what was it from the outside looking in? It was a whole bunch of Mexicanos, brown people, everyone that looked the same, fighting for no reason, representing things, of course, their cause and what they truly believed in. But at the same time, we were all looking the same. I remember I probably hit a gang on. I didn't know who was who and what was what. Now you got to understand, it wasn't just our group. There was other Norteños already there. There was Southsiders on top. They were giving each other piggyback right. There were Southsiders on top of Southside. I remember there was this big old fat Southside chick. She was rocking homies. Right? Motherfuckers was fist fighting with bitches talking about, I don't hit women, but this is something different. Right? It was going down. Spills over to the streets. Vatos get booked, right? Southsiders are dipping out. I'm not going to say who fired shots. Allegedly, these were fired one way or the other. And of course, the cops came. They apprehended some. Some of us were down the 99 wiggling. So I told you, give me my money. I saved you. You were pregnant. And we got on down the road. Now, these things happen quite frequently and all the time. When you have a place, now the Central Valley, where I'm from, the 209 is not a big area, man. Okay, it's not like LA, that's very big, or San Diego, of course, or even the Bay Area, where there's so many different nightclubs, so many different places to wiggle. You know, our area is small. So everybody's been to the Palladium. Everybody knows what I'm talking about the layout and the setup. It's right on 10th Street. It's right downtown. You know, it's right by the Greyhound. It's not too far. So everybody knows the area and the spot, but it does get off there because there's nothing else to do. You know, in the Central Valley, that's always been what people say is our downfall, is there ain't shit to do. And when you ain't got really nothing to do, violence happens. People start acting out of character. You mix in a little coke money that never hurt nobody at 10.5 a key, it's pura. If you mix in a little bit of alcohol, well, now you know you're in trouble. Everyone's going to get their, because they can't handle the hot water, right? They can't handle that fire water. And that's just what it is. The North and South back then, 90s, was ugly. It was an ugly situation. You know, it was at the point where if you pulled up to a gas station, you really had to be on your toes. If you pulled up somewhere, you really had to be about it. Now, I myself, I'm not scared to throw these. Even now, as an old man, I'm not scared to throw these. I'd rather not. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to be a victim. I don't want to get hit from the side. I don't want to do that. I want to just live my life, take care of my children, eat a few tacos. Like I said, I'm always down for a mama. Where's she at, right? And just live my life. But I understand people feel a certain type of way. That's what irks me when all these people are like, catch a fade, catch a fade, catch a fade. They ain't catching fades no more. We did that. You guys don't do that no more. You guys are about the cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha, hung, hung, hung. Different types of things happen now. You know, hey, guess what? I caught a fade last night. Did you? Shit, you must have won. You ain't got nothing on your fade. Nah, my shit smoking though. You know what I mean? That's what they consider a fade. Like, hey, I told that fool pull up. He pulled up. I let him have it. Let me tell you about a little incident in Modesto. Just a quick one. I was at somebody I know's house, right? We're chilling in his front yard. And this is Gunner Collective shit. I'm wearing all blue, right? All blue. I wear every color. Look, I'm wearing blue today. Cookies. Order this. Shout out to the homeboy who sent it to me. You know who you are. But I'm wearing all blue. I got the blue Raiders hat on, blue Nipsey Hussle shirt, blue Jordan 1s on, just chilling in front of his pad. And we're working on my car, or we're doing what we're doing. I forgot. And Paleta Man shows up, you know, on the cart. So, of course, the homeboy has his kids out there getting paletas. He's a good dude. He's paid for his shit, whatever, you know, with the kids. And we're chilling. And a car rolls by. A couple dudes, they're mean mugging me, right? Kind of see him. I tell the homeboy, you know them cats? He's like, nah, I don't know them cats. All right, cool. Well, let's just see how it goes, right? They hit the U-turn real quick. So now they come and they park catty corner to us. I said, okay, you got the thing on you? He said, it's in my back pocket. I said, all right, well, trip out. I'm going to go ahead and snag that from you. I need you to take off this way, and I'm going to go busting this way, right? Now, I noticed some people, they're thinking, oh, why don't you throw these? You're quick to bust. Hey, look, I ain't getting caught slipping, humps. I ain't no punk, but at the same time, in the meantime, in between time, I'm in a different era now. See, back in the era we were in back then, man, if these fools get off on some funk, let's get it. 2-on-2, it ain't nothing, right? But nowadays, people don't just get off. They get off with chops, right? So if I see anything in our hand, put straight in front of you. Because if I see anything on your knuckles, I'm about to scrape them motherfuckers, right? So I got the thing, man. They get off. They get their little kid off the car to get a paleta. Okay, change of plans. Everything is good. Snatch them in the waist is good. Still kind of looking because, you know, vatos are looking. They're curious. I'm curious. They're delirious. I'm serious, right? Anyways, it all works out. Everyone gets a fucking corn and elote or a paleta and everyone's happy, you know? That's just the way of the world. That's the way it is nowadays, you know? It's gone past using these. It's gone past fades and pull-ups. It's gotten to the point where now you have to have a thing on you, and allegedly you have to be aware because you never know what people are going to pull out. They could have acted like they were pulling something up out the motherfucking baby seat, and it could have been something in the 8K fashion, right? You just have to be on your point. It doesn't mean you're a punk or you're scared to throw these. It means nowadays people just don't do the same old thing. They're not with that wiggle. Anyways, that's just a little story, man. I want to hit you guys with the double up, a little story to tuck you in, not fuck you in. You already know what it is. This is Gunner's Collective. I'm going to continue to drop bangers. That's what I do. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. That's why it's thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle and strive for what I honestly, gente, and truly believe in. And that's getting back to my roots. Let's get back to what started Gunner's Collective. All that he said, she said, that she said, that he said, that everybody's saying, I don't care. I honestly don't. All I care about is you, the subscribers and viewers, having some good content to wiggle to at night. right? Those of you that remember the Palladium and have wiggled there and went there, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Those of you that haven't, I'm sure you have those type of spots in your local neighborhood that you went to where it always cracks. Well, guess what? The Palladium was ours in the Central Valle. Shout out to Modesto, real ones out of the 209. I said the real ones out of the 209. Not the ones that want to be, but the real ones. You already know what it is, man. This is Gunners Collective. The progress is real. We're going to continue to progress. Bang, bang. But she said that. I don't give a fuck what she said. The truth will come out.